So you can see I've got slides for a book that, because I'm sharing this with you, I used a book that I just kind of made these slides, a predictable level A, maybe B-ish type text. I've also put a link in here so you can see how if you have a Reading A to Z account, you could just use projectable books or import the slides of a projectable book into your guided reading lesson plan. I like the idea of having all of my guided reading lesson be a series of slides and they're all in one place so I don't have to go back and forth. The more simple I can make my lesson routine, the more I can focus on my students and trying to see their learning. So I would do just like I would do in a face-to-face guided reading lesson. I would give a book introduction where I established the pattern and did a couple of predict and locate. So it might look like this. Today we're going to read a book called I See a Farm. And what kind of animals might you see at a farm? Now I could call on individual students to make some predictions. Let's read. Let's look at the pictures first to think about what might be in this story. So, oh my goodness, the first thing that I see a it could be cat or it could be kitten. We'll have to find out. And then we see, I see a, what could this be? What would you expect to see at the beginning of the word cow? All right, now I'm going to share my cursor with one of our friends and they're going to point to the k in cow. Let's say this word, everybody. Cow. All right, that was my first predict and locate. And oh, more animals. Oh, and here I see well, it could be lamb or it could be goat. What would you expect to see at the beginning of the word goat? G, g. Gee, is it there? Okay, and then I could ask one of the students to use the cursor as I've shared the cursor with them to find the word goat and run the cursor underneath it. All right, so we are going to see lots of animals on this farm. And when I point to the word, I want you to read the word. So you will all be reading with your microphones off. And I will ask one student to turn their microphone on and read. If you've read, once we've read through the book once, we'll come back through and we'll read it a second time. Now, these are pre-A readers. So pre-A readers in Jan Richardson's format of guided reading do choral reading. So I really want to encourage my students at home to put their finger on my cursor and point on the screen to the words as I'm pointing to them. Okay, so now we're reading the book. I put your finger right on the screen, very gently touch right underneath, right where I have my cursor. There we go. We're going to read each word with me. Ready? I see a farm. Now, it is choral reading, and sometimes Jan Richardson has the child, repeat the page, so we could do that too. For this, you could choose whether or not you wanted to have all the mics off, or if you wanted to have one child maybe saying the words while you're pointing, just so that you can reinforce it for that particular student. All right, next page, everybody, put your pink finger up by my cursor. I see a cat. And we can go through the whole book. When we get to the end, I see a farm. We could have a little comprehension question or two about that text. That's it for reading a book.